Just when you thought all of the cringe was exhausted from the Marvels and that the MCU was going to move on to the Echo, well, they realized that just kind of dropping that in a batch meant that nobody was going to be talking about it after everybody watched it and went, wow, that was terrible. No. Marvel. The MCU decided to double down on all of the awfulness in regards to the Marvels and really expose what they were trying to get at with a couple of these deleted scenes. One of the first things, and something that came out very early, was, oh my god, there's a guest character in the Marvels and you're never gonna guess who we're gonna try to bring in for some star power. No, I'm not talking about any of the after credits scenes. We're talking about something that showed up right there and, it brought in a Thor character. Not Thor or anything like that. They brought in King Valkyrie. Yes, the immensely talented Tessa Thompson that could only rival Captain Marvel character because Brie Larson has some kind of talents, but the Captain Marvel character and its inability to emote. And they seen that absolute lack of talent, that charismatic black hole, and thought, hey, you know what, we can go ahead. It's kind of like the immovable object. It's the unstoppable force. We can go ahead and make them scissor sisters, which is ultimately what was alluded to in the proper theatrical release, and now more than just a little bit alluded to with this recently released deleted scene. But let's refresh everybody's memory, because chances are you probably purged the Marvels from your thought banks, which your life is probably better for it. But me, being immersed in this stuff, unfortunately, you got to keep your references relatively at a moment's notice. The Marvels. Carol Danvers' relationship with Valkyrie explained. I'm sorry, that's King Valkyrie. Excuse me. You can't have a Marvel Cinematic Universe movie without a couple of cameos, and one of the most interesting in the Marvels belongs to Valkyrie, Tessa Thompson. First introduced in Thor Ragnarok, Valkyrie has become a steady supporting character in the MCU and a fan favorite. Who's like, I can't go another film without seeing Valkyrie. She was my favorite part of Thor Love and Thunder. Oh, the favorite part for everybody out of Thor Love and Thunder were the closing credits. She was also the franchise's a few canonically queer characters. Oh my god. The last detail is important to remember, that Valkyrie's cameo in the Marvels, she pops up for the film's second act as just for a short moment, called in by Carol Danvers for a quick favor, because Carol, Kamala Khan, and Monica Rambeau failed to stop Dar-Ben from destroying the Skull Colony on Tarnax. A group of refugees is forced to flee aboard Captain Marvel's spaceship. Carol then contacts Valkyrie, who uses the Bifrost to transport the Skrulls away to a safe location. More interesting part of Valkyrie's cameo, though, is her interaction with Captain Marvel. It's about as overt of a gay moment as the MCU is allowed to have, complete with a cute pet nickname, Marv, tender hand-holding, a sweet kiss on the cheek. It's still basically a crumb for queer MCU fans, vague enough to keep bigots in their seats, and short enough to be cut if it needed to be in markets that ban big gay material. That's hilarious to go ahead and throw in there. Oh my god, it won't enrage all of the bigots, but at the same time, we could just go ahead and get rid of it for those Chinese audiences that are out there. It's far from the representation that fans have been asking of Disney for years. Yeah, all of those quote-unquote fans, all of the people that love this current Marvel product as much as they love the previous Marvel product, and they'll tell you all about it all over social media, but will they ever buy a ticket? Absolutely not. We've seen the returns. Well, the adjusted returns. Oh no, it made over $200 million on a $300+ million budget. Don't worry about any of that stuff. Oh, actually, no. When we actually run back the receipts, it made $199 million. Oopsie daisy. Tried to get another one passed. Those enraged bigots that just want to point and laugh at what happens when you try to cultivate this audience of Johnny-come-latelys. I just want to push ideology over good storytelling. It's funny. It's funny how you want to point out, short enough. Oh, that reference is just short enough to just cut out if it just doesn't, if it's not up to snuff for the markets that ban that type of material. When they end up releasing this a deleted scene. It's an exclusive deleted scene, and well, we're gonna watch it because oh boy, there's a lot going on here. And none of it's good. None of it's good, in fact. We're going to be stopping and pausing, and I've got closed captions on because I don't want to miss a goddamn second of this, because it involves Valkyrie, and it involves Iman Vellani, okay? She was playing Ms. Marvel, and the only likable person to end up coming out of this film, not for her performance in the film, that was generally, acceptable, but all of her comments outsided the film, just going, I don't know what happened to the box office, not my problem, but audiences, resonate with logically consistent plot lines and characters. Just what used to be general movie making advice is now groundbreaking insight in today's landscape of Hollywood stars. Those are the two major players in this deleted scene, and canonically in the film, Ms. Marvel is 17 years old, so she's technically a minor, right? And Tessa Thompson is because she's Asgardian, hundreds if not thousands of years old or something like that, so she's much older. Obviously, we're involving a kid here, and it's Disney, it's Marvel, and well, just cover your butts for a moment. Yeah, okay. I can see why this film, okay. Had to cost so much money because you take a look at the background and oh boy, doesn't it look, I don't know, like what, generic space setting, and holy shit, does that costume just look absolutely cheap. But anyways. Okay, so... Okay, I can see why this part ended up getting cut. Holy shit, establishing. And I don't know if this is copyright or not, so, I'm stopping, obviously. What an awful helmet. Okay, and remember, Ms. Marvel, okay? Kamala Khan there is supposed to be a Captain Marvel super fan, so that's why she's, going around Captain Marvel's ship, just, oh my god, I can't believe that she's here right now. I'm here right now. This is just so crazy.
I'm on Captain Marvel's ship.
Oh my god, I'm on Captain Marvel's ship. Yes, we know, and the closed captions aren't exactly accurate, but even I could tell that as somebody who didn't watch the film, so it's just, again, just terrible dialogue. But okay, now she's about to get the transmission, and this is where it's going to become incredibly important to follow along and cringe.
Incoming call from New Asgard.
Hello?
Okay.
Oh, Captain, my Captain. Oh.
Ugh, oh, Captain, my Captain. Couldn't you tell by the voices on the other end? I remember, okay, you guys, chances are, because I look at the demographics and we're all about the same age, you guys remember when you used to have like a home phone or something like that, you'd answer it, and, sometimes if you kind of knew, if you had caller ID for a second, okay, you would kind of know based on who's going to be out there, and you could just, pick up the phone in a quirky sort of way. But when you hear a hello on the other side of the phone and it's not exactly a voice that you recognize, are you going to go through with your joking answering of the phone with, oh, Captain, my Captain? All right, you creep. And we already know what you're trying to establish right there, coupled with the whole, they were kind of in a relationship beforehand. Oopsie.
You're not my Captain.
Captain Marvel Resonance, this is Ms. Marvel speaking. How can... You're Valkyrie!
'Tis I.
Ugh, 'tis I. Yes, of course. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Doesn't her character, the couple of times that she was in those Thor films with Ragnarok and Love and Thunder, and I think she was probably in Endgame or something like that. She's probably part of that girl power scene there at the end. I very much think that she was. Is she like a face that you would immediately recognize like that? But I guess she's a super fan. Maybe it kind of makes sense, but I don't really know like the full public face of Valkyrie, so that's just maybe a little nitpicky.
Wait, Mrs. Marvel. She got married again, and no invite again.
No!
Mrs. Marvel. Okay, Mrs. Marvel. Okay, when she announced that, okay, this is Ms. Marvel, okay, and her immediate thought is jumping to, oh, she got married again and didn't invite her, to somebody who obviously looks young-ish, okay? Obviously, I think Iman Vellani is, actually, I don't even know for sure, but I know that, I think she's in her 20s, okay? So yeah, you could reasonably come to that conclusion, but Carol Danvers, I do believe canonically, is also much, much, much older. And then when we're talking about these lefties, okay, like if you were to have like a male-female relationship between somebody who's in their 50s or 60s and somebody who is, you know, an upper-age teenager, at least what you could assume, because in the context of the film, Ms. Marvel is 17. But even still, they would have a problem if she was 20-something and Carol Danvers or Carl Danvers or Marvel, you know, if you wanted to actually tell like an accurate Captain Marvel story, was in a relationship with somebody much younger. But this isn't the most cringe part quite yet.
I'm Ms. Marvel. We're not married, that would be. I'm single.
Yeah, this is supposed to be a superhero film. I can't imagine why this film ended up losing so much money.
5 seconds to the jump point.
Oh, you might want to trip on. Trip in.
Sorry, what? You might want to... Let me run that back for a second. Okay, 5 seconds, right?
Okay.
5 seconds to the jump point.
Oh, you might want to trip on. Trip in.
You might want to strap on. Oh, you might want to strap in. Why are you making those comments, Disney? Marvel, why aren't you trying to shake that idea that most parents have now, and the reason that you guys lost so much money in 2023? Why aren't you trying to shake that label of you being groomers? Okay, with somebody who's supposed to be the audience insert for the younger audience that is out there, and that's what Ms. Marvel is supposed to be, you make a strap-on joke? And yeah, you cut that because this scene is obviously superfluous, the overall superfluous story, but you still decided to release it after the fact. Yeah, this really isn't going to do much for your PR reputation. But hey, we're just a couple of days away and you can go ahead and you can buy your own copy on digital. And with the release of that deleted scene, it should definitely bring in like at least 2 or 3 buys off of that. Disney, man, if you think that they're going to be changing course, okay, even with a catastrophic failure that was the Marvels, and given the fact that Aquaman 2 ended up rubbing their nose in that failure, you think they're going to change course? If there was any indication that they were at least wading into those waters, they wouldn't have released that scene. Pretty fucking disturbing. I don't think that there's any other way to read that other than, yep, they're trying to at least put sexual messaging, lesbian messaging. Let's keep it a buck, because if it was a straight relationship, yeah, that wouldn't have happened at all whatsoever. That wouldn't have even been a deleted scene. That wouldn't have even been a concept for the script. But even flirting with underage same-sex relationships, yeah, Disney, you're going to continue to be Disney into 2024, 2025, 2026 until you are forced to stop. I don't know by who, don't know when, but it's going to be a long old time before they end up changing course. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.